In the quiet stillness of early morning, before the world stirs to life, a tiny creature emerges from its hive. It spreads its delicate wings and takes flight, gliding gently over meadows and fields. This is the honeybee, one of nature's most vital and tireless workers. Though small in size, the honeybee plays an immense role in sustaining the balance of life on Earth. Her day begins with purpose as she leaves the hive in search of flowers. Guided by her extraordinary senses, she can detect colors humans cannot see and smells too faint for our noses to notice. Her compound eyes are sensitive to ultraviolet light, allowing her to identify nectar-rich blossoms from afar. As she soars over open landscapes, she is not simply flying, she is navigating, mapping, and choosing carefully among millions of potential blooms. Once upon a time, when she spots a flower worthy of her attention, she slows down, hovering momentarily before landing with a gentleness only nature can teach. Her legs touch the soft petals, and her body steadies itself as she extends her long proboscis deep into the flower's core. There, she draws in the sweet nectar, which will later be turned into honey. But nectar is not the only treasure she gathers. As she moves within the bloom, pollen grains attach to her fuzzy body. These tiny particles cling to the hairs on her legs, chest, and abdomen. The honeybee does not know it, but this simple act of collecting nectar is also an act of pollination. As she visits the next flower, some of the pollen rubs off, fertilizing the plant and allowing it to produce fruit and seeds. Without this exchange, many plants would never bear fruit. This is not a rare occurrence but a repeated miracle that happens millions of times each day all around the globe. After visiting dozens of flowers, the honeybee returns home. Her hive, a marvel of structure and community, awaits her. Inside, thousands of bees work in harmony, each playing a role, some cleaning, some nursing the young, others guarding the entrance. The forager bee delivers her nectar to her sisters, who will turn it into honey by evaporating the moisture and sealing it in the waxy hexagonal cells of the hive. This golden liquid, often associated with sweetness, is more than just food. It is fuel for survival during harsh winters and a symbol of the bee's unending labor. Beyond honey, the honeybee's greatest gift is unseen. Nearly 3/4 of all flowering plants depend on pollinators, and among them, the honeybee is the most efficient. Apples, almonds, cucumbers, strawberries, sunflowers, these and countless other crops rely on her visits to thrive. The food on our tables, the seeds in our gardens, the forests that clean our air, all are touched in some way by the flight of the honeybee. Yet despite her importance, the honeybee faces threats on every front. Pesticides, habitat destruction, diseases, and climate change are causing bee populations to decline at alarming rates. As the bees disappear, so too does the stability of ecosystems and food systems across the planet. But there is still hope. By planting flowers that attract pollinators, avoiding harmful chemicals, and protecting green spaces, we can help the honeybee survive. She asks for little, works without rest, and asks for no reward. She lands quietly on a flower, does her job, and leaves behind life itself. The honeybee is not just an insect, she is a silent guardian of the earth. In every flutter of her wings lies the promise of growth, the rhythm of renewal, and the harmony of nature's design.